my name's Julian Lovelock. I'm the Senior Director of Product Marketing at ActivIdentity, and this is a short presentation on why HID Global acquired ActivIdentity. The acquisition occurred in December 2010. At the time, ActivIdentity had around 220 employees, revenue of about $60 million, a healthy patent portfolio in excess of 200 patents, and over 2,500 customers worldwide. Headquartered in Fremont, California in the US, we had offices also on the East Coast in Virginia, in London, France and Germany, as well as in Asia Pacific in Hong Kong and Australia. So why did the acquisition occur? Well, to quote Tony Ball, HID's Senior VP of Identity and Access Management, ActivIdentity will become the center of gravity for digital identity assurance within HID. Okay, so what does that mean? It means ActivIdentity will focus on establishing trust in online transactions. Okay? Still not really getting it. So to best understand what we do, we'll take a look at how our solutions are used. Our solutions address the two eternal questions of secure access. Let's consider Mandy logging onto a computer system. She could be logging onto her workstation first thing in the morning. She could be accessing a VPN remotely from home. She could be accessing and logging onto the CRM system or the ERP system. In all of these questions, in all of these situations, she's going to get asked two questions. Who are you? To which she will think, I'm Mandy Jones, and she'll enter a username, M. Jones. And the second question, prove it. Often this is done with the secret. Only I know that my password is the name of my beloved cat, and so she'll enter her password, Tonka. The problem is that this method of authentication is fundamentally insecure. Not least in Mandy's case because she has a big poster with I love Tonka above her workstation, which gives a good clue to anyone trying to second guess her password. So what does ActivIdentity do? ActivIdentity enables users to prove their identity. When accessing computer systems and transacting online, there's something better than static passwords. But what's so bad about static passwords? Well, they get copied, stolen, forgotten, shared, hacked, guessed, and for all of these reasons and more, they're a fundamentally insecure and inadequate way of protecting access to key systems. Who buys ActivIdentity's solutions? Organizations that need to protect access to computer systems, those computer systems that hold customer lists, payment data, corporate IP, citizen data, customer accounts. And the reason they buy them is because of compliance mandates, because they realize that a breach will have a serious impact on their brand, and because that very IP is the essence of their market differentiation. In short, information is their lifeblood, and if they lose it, they're in big trouble. Governments, banks, government contractors, healthcare providers, high-tech enterprises all fit clearly into this category. And what do they use our solutions for? For securing access to workstations, logging onto applications, customer and partner websites, VPN logins, and increasingly securing applications in the cloud, as well as securing access to application servers, database servers, file servers and email servers within their own infrastructure. Because when things go wrong, customers and shareholders get hurt. What are the solutions that ActivIdentity provides? We provide two main solutions. The first is based around one-time password. The user is issued with a device that generates or is sent a single usage password. And typically, this is used in conjunction with a PIN. So let's go back over Mandy's experience. She still gets prompted by her computer, who are you? She thinks I'm Mandy Jones, and she enters her username, M. Jones. But in response to the challenge, prove it, she activates the token with a PIN and generates a single usage or one-time password. And she enters this password into the computer system to secure access to the application or network that she's trying to get access to. The second set of solutions uses smart cards, or more generically smart keys. Here the user has a device, which may be a card or a USB key, which automatically logs her into the system without needing her to enter a password. Typically, this device is protected by a PIN. So in this case, the questions "Who are you?" and "Prove it" are combined, and her response is to insert the card into the reader and enter the PIN. Once she's done this, Mandy is securely logged onto the computer system. Every day, millions of ActivIdentity credentials are being used to protect access to networks, systems, servers and applications, as well as securing data through the encryption of emails, files and digitally signing emails and documents across governments, enterprises and banks throughout the world. We have over 2,500 customers worldwide, with brand names in many enterprise sectors as well as key departments and governments. So why did HID Global acquire ActivIdentity? Well, if we consider the evolution of buildings access control, it starts with a face, and if the person behind the door recognizes your face, he'll let you in. It evolves to a key, because not everyone can afford a doorman, until we get to the point where we are now in the enterprise sector, where employees are issued with a card. They hold the card to a reader at the door, the reader beeps, and they're able to go through the door. Looking forward to the future, we can imagine a world in which those cards are replaced by smartphones, and virtual credentials for physical access control are downloaded onto the phones. Now, if we overlay the evolution of logical access control against this, we see a similar progression. We start with passwords, static passwords, and we move to tokens, which are more secure. And then we move to smart cards, which are more secure still and offer a far broader set of use cases. And it's at this point that the physical and logical worlds collide, or converge, and a single solution will address both sets of requirements. In essence, one card gets you into the building, logs you onto your computer, and logs you into the applications you need to do a day's work, with not a password in sight. Almost 50% of network breaches exploit weak or stolen credentials, and smart cards can prevent this. Lastly, let's take a look at the integration with a PAC system to explain how these two worlds can interoperate. An administrator enrolls a user through the PAC system, and at this point a personalization request is sent to the smart card management system, here represented as the ActivIdentity CMS appliance. In parallel, the card is issued and provided to the user. The user takes that card, inserts it into a reader connected to his or her workstation, and selects an initial PIN. The card management system loads the login credentials onto the card, and the user is now equipped with a single card, which gets him or her into the building, logs him or her onto her computer system, and gives him or her access to the applications that he or she needs to do a full day's work. And that, in essence, is what ActivIdentity do, and why ActivIdentity was acquired by HID Global, to establish trust in online identities, building on our existing customer base of over 2,500 customers, and bringing new converged solutions to the global market. Thank you. For more details, please look on actividentity.com.